Gideon is a character like so many of us. He is often fearful of, is he doing the right thing? Is he going to make God angry by doing the wrong thing? And will he be able to do what God wants him to do? And we have the story of the fleece where he tests, is he going to do the right thing? And God shows him. And then we get to Judges 7. And Gideon is told by God to defeat the Midianites. And Gideon has got together a massive army. You can imagine he'd be thinking, I've done well, God. I've got together more than 30,000 soldiers. And God looks at the army and says, oh no, this isn't going to work, Gideon. Your army is far too big. He says this, the troops with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hand. Israel would only take the credit away from me, saying, my own hand has delivered me. Isn't that such a temptation? When something good happens with God, then we think, oh, well, I've done a great job. Ollie's done a great job. I've done a great job. And so God tells him to get rid of 10,000 of the soldiers. And then he looks at it and he says, there's still too many. And he says, take them down to the water and only choose those soldiers which are alert, which are ready for whatever may face them. A good thing for us to be as well. And as we can expect, with only 300 soldiers, 100th of the massive army that Gideon had to prepare them to defeat the massive armies of Midianites, still the 300s win. What does that say to us? What does it say to Gideon? It shows Gideon that his might, his organization, his strength is insignificant compared to the strength and might of God. That he only needs what God gives him in order to do what God calls him to do. And that is the same for you and for me. You only need what God gives you in order for you to do what God is calling you. What to do? What is God calling you to do? Don't believe, like I so often hear Christians say or churches say, well, we can't do what God is calling us to do because we don't have quite enough money, because we don't have enough people, because we don't have enough musicians, because we don't have etc., etc. And I've never known actually to not have enough things to do as a Christian in church, the things that God is calling you to do. Instead, we need to listen to what God is calling us to do. And with whatever we have left in our hands, trust that we can do God's will. And like Gideon, we will see great things happening, not just because of our own wisdom or organizational strength or power, but because of God's might and his power.